far beyond the orbits of any planet in a region where sunlight is a whisper and space is a near-perfect vacuum. Voyager 2 continues its silent journey. Or at least it was silent, because something has changed. A few weeks ago, Voyager 2 did something it was never programmed to do. It shifted, turned, redirected its orientation, not by accident or malfunction, but with mathematical precision. And it's what came after that left NASA frozen. A transmission unlike any ever recorded before began pulsing through the void, structured, intelligent, and seemingly aware. This isn't a flare. It's not a glitch. It's not even human. And what you're about to see, hear, and feel in this video may permanently change how you look at space, machines, and perhaps your place in the universe. Because Voyager 2 didn't just turn around. It turned towards something. And what it found just stopped the world. In 1977, Voyager 2 was launched with a single mission, to say hello to the giants of our solar system and then drift silently into the cosmic abyss. Unlike its twin, Voyager 1, which took a more direct path out of the solar system, Voyager 2's trajectory allowed it to visit Uranus and Neptune, the only spacecraft ever to do so. But beyond the photos and magnetic readings, it carried something far more human, a golden record, a message to the stars, proof that someone had lived here, that someone had looked up and wondered. And then we let it go. It crossed the heliopause, entered interstellar space, and for years it sent back nothing more than low-power telemetry, fading whispers from a fading machine. Until recently. Because in February 2025, engineers noticed something so subtle, so seemingly inconsequential, that at first they dismissed it. A tiny deviation in signal timing, less than a second. But when they zoomed in, they saw a repeating pattern, a heartbeat, like something was echoing Voyager's own pulse back at it from the darkness. The signal was subtle, nested within standard telemetry, but it didn't match any known transmission protocol. In fact, it wasn't a signal at all. It was a resonance, a low-frequency wave that matched the internal oscillation of Voyager's ancient power system down to the microvolt. And then it changed. In March 2025, the wave frequency modulated, syncing itself not to the spacecraft, but to Earth's Schumann resonances, the natural electromagnetic heartbeat of our own planet. It was as if Voyager was acting like a tuning fork, resonating with something that knew exactly how our planet breathes. The team at JPL ran simulations, scrubbing the data for artifacts, solar interference, even quantum noise. Nothing explained it, until one intern suggested an unthinkable hypothesis. What if the signal wasn't responding to Earth's frequency? What if it was replicating it? Was something out there mimicking our planet's rhythm using Voyager as a carrier? And if so, why? Then on April 17, 2025, Voyager 2 shifted orientation. No thrusters were fired. No commands were sent. Yet its high-gain antenna, which had begun to drift away from Earth due to accumulated drift, snapped back into perfect alignment. Not approximately, exactly. Even more disturbing, its backup systems began running diagnostics we hadn't initiated. Data started flowing not from the command uplink, but from instruments we hadn't used in decades. It was like someone had entered the house we abandoned and started flipping on the lights. Voyager began transmitting compressed data packets, not raw numbers, not unfiltered readings, but encoded segments with checksum patterns that matched no known NASA framework. Each packet ended with the same digital signature, 3 nested spirals like fingerprints laid atop one another. And that's when the scientists began whispering, not about engineering, not about power systems, but about contact. On May 3rd, Voyager's signal briefly went dark, 11 seconds of total silence. No telemetry, no ping, nothing. Then it returned, louder, cleaner, and more precise than ever. Encoded in that return transmission was a frequency envelope that, when translated into the visible spectrum, revealed something staggering. a visual pattern, a fractal grid structured around the Fibonacci sequence, repeating endlessly. It wasn't just art. It wasn't just math. It was a model of space, of time, of something far beyond our understanding. And Voyager hadn't generated it. Its circuitry isn't capable of that kind of compression. This pattern had been inserted into Voyager remotely, and the source of the injection, 4.3 light-years away, roughly the distance to Proxima Centauri. But there's a problem with that. Proxima Centauri hasn't been transmitting anything detectable, not in radio, not in microwave, not even in X-ray, which means whatever sent that signal is operating outside the spectrum we even monitor, or worse, from somewhere else entirely. While NASA tried to downplay the transmission as a cosmic anomaly, a rogue team of signal analysts at Caltech began feeding Voyager's new data stream into a binary pattern recognition model. What they found wasn't random noise. It was structured language, a form of binary not used in computing today, but resembling the earliest machine code ever developed on Earth. At first, the team thought they were seeing echoes of Earth's own transmissions reflected back. But after 2 days of decoding, the truth became far more unsettling. The binary wasn't a reflection. It's an infiltration of systems, of frequencies, of thought itself. It hijacks satellites, infects machines, rewrites algorithms, whispers in resonances buried under ice, pulses from stars that should remain still, and activates golden records that were never meant to power anything. But the truth is even more disturbing, because maybe Voyager didn't find something. Maybe it was always meant to deliver something, not from us, but to us. A message seated in the stars, waiting for us to be advanced enough to understand it, or arrogant enough to ignore the warning. And now that we've decoded the spirals, realigned the signals, and heard the scream from across the coldest voids, we have only one question left. Did we just receive a message from the future? Or did we activate something that was never supposed to wake up? Whatever the answer is, Voyager 2 just turned back, and what it brought with it is no longer out there. It's already here. Subscribe for more content like this.